Hello guys, what's happening? It's your boy Dollar Graphics. Thank you so much for coming back. If you are here and if you are new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so as to be notified when I drop a new video. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to design a church flyer like this. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, this is my Corel Draw. I'm using the updated version of Corel Draw. So what next I'm going to do now is to create a new project. I'm gonna do that by going over to this place where I have my plus sign over here like this. I'll just go ahead and take it like this and I have my page like this. So I'm gonna change the page dimension to 5x6. I'll head over to my property bar where I have my page dimensions. I'll just change it to 5x6 like this. 5x6. I'll hit enter on my keyboard. Now this Corel doesn't allow me to use the feature of double clicking on my rectangle to fit into this my project like this. So I'll simply draw my rectangle to like this. So I'll change the rectangle dimension to 5x6 like this. I'll hit enter on my keyboard, then press P on my keyboard to fit it into my project like this. Then head over to your property bar, locate where you have your outline pen tool, click on the drop down arrow, then select none to get rid of the outline. Now what I'm going to do next is to give my project a gradient. So I'm going to do that by coming back to my tools bar, make a selection of my interactive fig tool, or better still press G on your keyboard to make a selection of it, then draw it like this way. So I'll head over to my color palette like this, then draw this side of the ruby red and drop it this side. Do the same thing to the other side and drop it like this. So this side of the ruby red, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. So I'll go to this side, bring it like this, bring it down a bit like this, yeah, and have it this way. So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in the resources I'm going to be using for this church flyer. I have them over here on my page 3. I'll simply highlight them, then Ctrl C on my keyboard, come over to my project, then Ctrl V to paste them like this. Bring it to this side, then bring this one to this side, then I'll bring this one to this side. Now I'll head over to my property bar where I have my angle of rotation. I just change this rotation to 90 like this. I just change the angle like this. So I head over to my menu bar where I have my effects, scroll all the way down to where you have your adjustment, then just saturate like this. Now I'll scale it up like this while holding my shift on my keyboard, then bring it to this side, right click on it, then select power clip like this over here like this, power clip. So to open up our power clip, you see that you double click on it, or better still, come over to this place where it says edit like this. Now you're right inside your project. So I'll bring it to this side, down I'll come over to this place where it says finish again. I'll just go ahead and finish it like this. Now hold down Alt on your keyboard to make a selection of your project like this, to make a selection of your power clip like this. Then head over to your tools bar, make a selection as your transparency tool, then change the blending mode from the normal to overlay, then reduce the opacity about 70 or so, yeah. Now I'm gonna blur it a bit. I'll simply go to my effects, blur, then Gaussian blur. I have my pixels at 5.1. I'll just go ahead and click OK like this and have it this way. So what next I'm going to do is to type in the So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in this image over here like this. Head over to your property bar where you have your mirror. I'll just go ahead and mirror it this way, then bitmap it like this. Yeah, I'll head over to my effect again, come over to this place where it says adjust, then scroll all the way down to this place where it says desaturate, and I'll desaturate it like this. And head over to your effect again where you have, scroll down to where you have your creative, then vignette over here like this. Yeah, and I'll be this way. The shape I'm using for it is called ellipse. In case you want to use the same thing that I use, I'll just go ahead and tick OK like this. Now I'll bring it to this side, just try to position it where I want it and scale it down a bit, yeah, like this. Right click on it, then select power clip like this, and it's right inside my project. Hold down Alt on your keyboard to make a selection of the worship people that are power clips inside my background, inside my project. head over to your toolbar again, make a selection of your transparency tool over here, then change the blending mode from normal to soft light, and I have it this way. So what next I'm going to do now is to type in the praise and 7 hours of praise and worship. 7 hours. 7 hours of praise and worship. Control K on my keyboard to break it apart. Then I'll bring this praise and worship over here. Double click on this side, then hit enter again. Double click on this side, then hit enter. Then Control K on my keyboard to break it apart again. Then I'll change the fonts for the praise to intro line like this. I'll bring this one to this side. Then change the font for the worship to Olympus like this. Yeah. Sorry. So I'll change the font for this one to, let me change the case. So I'll change the font for this one to Olympus. Yeah, and I'll scale it up like this. Now change this one to Olympus also, and I'll bring it to this side like this. Bring this one to this side. Let me change the color to white for now, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah. So what next I'm going to do now is to draw a circle like this. Bring it to this side, reduce it a bit, then scale this one up like this. Scale it up, then scale this one a bit down. Position it over here like this. Now scale this down a bit again. Then increase the outline to about 3 like this. Then change the outline to white color like this. So position it like this. I'll press Ctrl Q on my keyboard to convert it to curve. So what next I'm going to do now is to head over to my toolbar again over here like this. Make a selection of my pen tool like this. Then get rid of this side. I'll just go ahead and trim out this side that I don't want it. So let me just try to make it like this. Hold down shift on your keyboard while making selection of the triangle that you drew. Then make a selection of the circle at the same time like this. Sorry. Then head over to your property bar where you have your trim. I'll just go ahead and trim it like that. Make a selection of this one, hit delete on your keyboard. Then make a selection of this circle again. Head over to your toolbar, make a selection of your shape tool like this. Select this side of circle. Then come over to your property bar again, where you come to this place where it says break curve apart like this. Then now double click on this side, double click on this side also. So I'll change the font for the 7 hours of worship to intro line also. Then double click on this side, hit enter, Ctrl K on my keyboard, change the color to white like this. Then bring this 7 over here like this to the side like this. I'll try to position it where I want it like this. Just make sure you take your time and do it. So I'll draw my rectangle, I'll pick my rectangle to my toolbar over here like this and draw a triangle like this. Then change the color to white. Head over to your property bar where you have your outline pen tool. Then click on the drop down arrow, select none to get rid of the outline. Now come over to your toolbar again, make a selection of your shape tool like this. Hold down Control on your keyboard while making selection of the triangle, then drag this down like this and have it this way. So I'll scale this one down like this, then bring it to this side, change the color to this will be red, then Control page up on your keyboard to bring it to the top of your page like this, and have it this way. Now we have 7 hours of praise and worship like this. So I just try to highlight it, then Control G on my keyboard to group it like this, scale it up like this, and position like this. So what next I'm going to do now is to ungroup it again. Now I want to apply a little effect to it. Press G on my keyboard to make a selection of your interactive fill tool, or better still, come over to your toolbar and scroll down all the way down to this place where you have your interactive fill tool like this, then drag it like this. So I will double click on this side to give me another node, double click on this side again to give me another node, and double click on this side again to give me another node. I'll bring this down a bit like this. Then I'll come over to my color palette, select this side of your color where you have your 110% black. I'll just go ahead and drag to this side like this and have it this way. And head over to your property bar where this place where it says smooth, just go ahead and smooth it like that. Do the same thing the other side. So I'm gonna show you one thing that make my work more easier for me in Corel Draw. Instead of doing the same process that I did to this worship, I'll simply drag like this and leave it like this, release it like this. It will pump up with this option like this. So I'll just come to this place where it says copy field here. Sorry, copy field here, and it will automatically apply to this other one like this. Do the same thing to the other one like this, apply it like this. Yeah. What next I'm going to do now is to create a arrow in this side to make it look as if the circle is rotating. So I'll draw a rectangle like this, come over to my toolbar again, make a selection of your shape tool, Ctrl Q on your keyboard to convert it to curve. Double click on this side and drag it like this, then double click on this side to get rid of the other side, highlight the other side and get rid of it at the same time like this. Now I'll try to bring this down a bit, then change the color to white like this. Head over to your property bar and get rid of the outline like that, and have it that way. So what next I'm going to do now is to highlight them like this, Ctrl G on my keyboard. So what next I'm going to do now is to head over to my toolbar over here like this, come over to this place where it says contour. I'll just go ahead and make a selection of it like this, then head over to my toolbar, my property bar, this place where it says outside contour. I'll just go ahead and apply it like that, and it will automatically apply to your text like this. So Ctrl Q on my keyboard to break the contour apart. So as you can see now, the text is apart and the contour is also apart. Now change the contour color to my desired color like this. I just drag it like this, press G on your keyboard to give it an interactive fill tool like this, or better so you can come over to this place where you have interactive fill tool like this. Yeah, then come over to make a selection of this place where you have your first box over here like this, then pick up your color eyedropper to come over, select this color, do the same thing to the other side and select this color like this. Now come over to this side where you have your the lower part. I'll just go ahead and darken it a bit. Yeah, now be this way. So what next I'm going to do now is to apply a shadow to my contour. So I'll head over to my tools over here, click on this drop down arrow, then select shadow over here like this. I'll just go ahead and apply it like this. Now press Ctrl Q on my keyboard to break it apart, to break the shadow apart from my contour. So I bring the shadow like this to this side. I just go ahead and map it like this. Just get to this side like this. So apply a shadow to my 7 hours of praise and worship like this. I just say it was my property bar, my tools bar, sorry. I just apply it like this, sorry. Apply it like this, and I'll be like that. So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in the church name. I'll simply go to my project that I did earlier, copy the church name from this side, Ctrl C on my keyboard, Ctrl C on my keyboard, then come over to your project, Ctrl V to paste it like that. Highlight this side of your 7 hours of praise and worship, Ctrl G like this. Hold down shift on your keyboard while selecting the 7 hours of praise and worship, then make a selection of your project like this again. Hit C on your keyboard to centralize it like that, and take it a little bit. Okay, sorry. just try to position where you want it, like that. So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in the image I'm going to use. It is the image that I got from Google. So this church flyer is not really for a client. I just did it for the sake of this tutorial. Yeah, and I have my image over here like this. I just place it over here like this. Right click on your image, then select power clip like this. Now I have it right inside my project. I just try to scale this up a bit. Yeah, and now be this way. So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in this my tone paper over here. Right click on it, then select power clip like this, and make a selection of a project and it is right inside it like that. Go down Alt on your keyboard to make a selection of the power tone paper. Bring it to this side like this. Then make a selection of the image. Control Page up on your keyboard to bring it to the top like this. Yeah, and I'll be this way. So what next I'm going to do now is to bring in the address over with the pastor's name like this. I'll just highlight it like this. Control C on my keyboard. Then come to my project like this. Control V to paste it like this. The font that I use for the pastor is Common Serrat, in case you want to download it. Also applies to the address. It's Common Serrat. To my toolbar over here like this, make a selection of your ellipse tool, then come over to this place and draw a circle like this. I'll simply change the color to ruby red over here. Now get rid of that line, my property bar over here like this. So I'll scale it down a bit like this, then hold down shift on your keyboard, drag it to this side, right click at the same time to duplicate it like this. Now make a selection of the first one, hold down shift on your keyboard to make a selection of the other one. Now head over to your property bar, come over to this place where it says trim. I'll just go ahead and trim it like that. Now that I'll try to back away this one from the first one like this, and have it that way. I'll try to position it over here like this. So what next I'm going to do now is to head over to my project over here like this, the already done project. So I'll copy this side like this, Ctrl C on my keyboard, then come over to this way, Ctrl V to paste it like this. Now make a selection of the two circle like this, then scale it up like this. Now make a selection of this 5 PM, hold down shift on your keyboard now to make a selection of the circle at the same time, then CE to centralize it like that. Do the same thing to the other one like this, CE to centralize it. Like that, just do it to anyone that is not centered like this. Now what I'm going to do now is to apply this my effect, my light effect, that is the lens flare, to my project to give it that eye-catchy stuff like that. So I'll simply head over to my toolbar where here I have my transparency tool. Now change the blending mode from normal to screen like this. Now that way, now head over to your menu bar where you have your effect, then blur, then Gaussian blur like this. And I have it this way. I just go ahead and tick OK like this. Yeah, now I have my project like this. So this is how I was able to achieve this church flyer. I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Feel free to drop your comments, like this video, and share to your friends. Thank you so much for watching.